Terror funding has been a serious problem than militancy itself because it is funding to militancy which sustains militant organizations. They procure weapons, they organize groups, they get new recruits, and so many things. But precious little was done to deal with this biggest challenge, that is terror funding. But over the last few years, we have seen there's shift in focus, not the encounter specific counter militancy operations, but also how to deal with this funding aspect, which is much more serious. Over the last 3 days, we have seen there has been multiple raids into an alleged terror funding case. And importantly, what we are hearing, one police officer has been under the radar. A businessman has also been searched. There have been, as I said, simultaneous raids, which were first conducted at 22 locations on Wednesday. And today, multiple locations have been raided and searched today as well by Jammu and Kashmir State Investigation Agency, which has actually came into being just few years back, exactly 2 years back. Since then, there have been series of raids, and as I said, this focus on beyond encounter specific counter militancy strategy. So because killing militant is not killing militancy, we have seen it over the last 3 decades. Thousands of militants have been killed, weapons recovered, but militancy has not ended. It is one step forward, 2 steps backwards. One militant is killed, someone else is taking his place, some more weapons are coming. So the funding itself is feeding into militancy, and there are ideological reasons as well. So these host of challenges, because militancy is a complex issue. It's not just someone impressionable youth picking up a gun or some motivated, indoctrinated men from Pakistan coming and joining militancy and resorting to terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir. It is much beyond that. So over the last few years, we have seen this focus how to deal with those areas which are actually sustaining militancy. In the last 3 days, I said on Wednesday, there were 22 locations which were raided, which were searched. It is about money laundering of 80 or 85 crore rupees through different means, and there's Dubai connection as well. This is what officials who are involved in this investigation are saying. So these multiple people have been questioned, and what police are saying, the SIS said incriminating material has been recovered, investigations are on, and today more raids were conducted. So we don't know if anyone has been arrested. But funding has been a biggest challenge to deal with over the last 3 decades. Whole focus was how many militants have been killed, how many weapons have been recovered, but not enough was done to deal with this thing, because there were hawala operators who were operating from different parts of the world, and even in Delhi the separatists were had a free license to go anywhere, but that clearly has changed. It started actually in 2018 when NIA actually launched a major crackdown on separatists and pro-militant operatives. A large number of people were arrested, cases were registered, and that led to actually end of stone pelting and hartal shutdown culture. There were almost daily shutdown calls by separatist groups. That structure appears to have been dismantled. But it did not actually end militancy. So what a state investigation agency, which was constituted in October and November 2021. So over the 2 years, what they have done, they have attached the properties of those who are seen to be involved in militancy. They have schools and other places which were actually feeding into militancy, or the funding aspect, which has been the biggest challenge. So So that has been actually targeted. So as part of that, this 85 crore trade that is being investigated by the NIA right currently, and on Wednesday and today simultaneous raids have been conducted, be it in Srinagar, Pulwama, Anantnag, in Delhi as well. So this is part of a larger crackdown on terror funding in Jammu and Kashmir. So what we have seen, even those people you would never suspect, a former minister, he was arrested into it. So Babu Singh in Jammu, there were other people here in Kashmir. Even police did not spare their own men who were believed to be hand in gloves with militants. Like an NIA officer was arrested during the course of an investigation. Recently, a police officer, a DSP rank officer was arrested. So now there's also a case in which a police officer is being investigated. His premises have been raided. A businessman, his premises have been raided. Some other people, their premises have been raided as well. So kind of a larger, actually widening its net. They are trying to break this network which is actually feeding militancy, and it's a huge shift from encounter specific counter militancy strategy to dealing with a complex problem of separatism and militancy in Jammu and Kashmir.